Okay, I'm write it down, and I'm seeing x to the 2/3. I'm seeing 1/3. I'm seeing 10 minus x to the minus 2/3. I'm seeing times minus 1. Wow, this looks really complicated. Plus 10 minus x to the 1/3. And then I see 2/3. And then I see x to the minus 1/3. All right, I'm going to do something that not everyone agrees with, but I'm going to start to look for things I can pull out. All right, and the first thing I notice is there's certainly a fractional number there, so I'm going to pull out 1/3. Now, what else can I pull out? I'm seeing an x to a power, and I'm going to pull out what I don't like. I'm going to pull out the minus 1/3. And I'm also seeing a 10 minus x. I'm going to say minus 2/3. All right, one thing at a time. And I want to just, I pulled out the 1/3. I pulled out this. So really what I'm left off with, I'm left with that minus 1 and x to the 2/3, but I did pull out a minus 1/3. So that's just going to be a minus x now. All right, before I go forward, I want to point out that's 3/3, and minus 1/3 and 3/3 would be 2/3. So I got the first term done. All right, looked at pretty simple, right? Let's do the next one. And what do I see over there? I definitely see a 2. I want to point out what I mean by that. I see the 2 there. And then I see this x to the 1/3, and I pulled out minus 2/3. So that's going to be 10 minus x to the first power, because the first power is 3/3, and 3/3 minus 2/3 is 1/3. I did okay there. And I've already pulled out the x to the minus 1/3, so I'm done with this one too. All right, let me rewrite it. And I'm going to write it so there's no negative powers in it. So I can put 1 down here. I'm going to put a 3. That's going to be the cube root of x. And this is going to be the cube root of 10 minus x quantity squared. We'll clean it up later. What do you get over here? Well, let's see. You're going to get 20. And then you get minus 2x minus x, which is minus 3x. We're going to keep cleaning it up. And I see it's 20 minus 3x on top. I'm going to bring those two roots together. And that's going to be the cube root of x, 10 minus x squared. All right? Let's go back to the conditions on the problem. And there's quite a few conditions on it. And let's take a look at that over there. I'm going to say, looking at, just going left or right in the problem, no conditions on this, but there is a condition on this over here. X can't be 10. I got that part covered. This over here, no restrictions, and over there says the x can't be 0, because that's a divisor. So I'll write it down. What is this going to be? This is going to be true provided x is not 10 and x is not equal to 0. Put a circle around this. I'm going to look at my answer key, see if I got the answer. This is problem number 49. I do see this. I see the 3. I see the cube root. And I see that. I do see this as well. Whoops, I made a mistake in copying. I have to correct that. Let me get my eraser out. I just noticed it. I said x not 0. I put down the 10 twice. But again, I do see this in the K. Now someone says, why do you spend so much time looking at an answer key? I want to encourage you to do the same thing, by the way. The one thing is to look at an answer key is that many of you guys are going to be faced with multiple choice exams. And on a multiple choice exam, you might think this is the answer on a multiple choice exam up here. But on a typical multiple choice exam, there'd be an answer of a form that's similar to this one over here, by the way. They might also put restrictions down. You need to manipulate what you've got to look like what's given to you on the multiple choice exam. And that's usually quite confusing for students. Thank you.